so like amazing.
All right, I want to welcome everybody. I want to say it is an honor. It is indeed an honor to welcome Jahari Stampley to the community. Listen, folks, we're about to have a good session, man. this guy, he won the World Jazz Competition, I believe. I don't believe, was it 2019, 2018? I think it was 2019, right, Jahari?
2019.
2019, and world-class musicians study him, and he was actually coming off tour. We didn't think he was going to make it today. He said, Sean, I'm going to give you a little bit of time, because he just actually came off a tour today. I believe he flew in today. So I just want to say welcome, Jahari. If you are in the comments, please tell him welcome. And Jahari, just again, man, the honor is all mine for you to come by and just kind of share with us, man. So thanks again for coming.
Thank you, man. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. And everybody, he's a really technical player, but he also likes the harmony and the melody too. So we're going to pick his brain. But I do want to say this at the beginning while I'm here. This entire recording is available as part of the membership site. So if you're wanting the full thing, if I'm clipping this up and putting some of it on YouTube, to get the whole thing, you want to come to the site. We'll have the recording there. And you can get other people like Phil Cornish and Jay Verma and other people who I've interviewed. All the recordings exist in one place. But right now we're talking to Jahari. And one of the things I try to do is I try to pick the mind of accomplished musicians. I try to pick their brains. I try to find out what made them to where they're at right now. Any approaches, any practice suggestions. So let's start with this. Jahari, can you tell me your background in music? Can you explain to me how you got started playing the piano, and just kind of give us some of that background first?
Oh man, so my background is really weird because I started when I was in high school. I started piano. I used to play drums. That was my first.
Okay.
And I went on to a military high school. I went to a high school called Rickover Naval Academy, and this was before I was doing music. I went to this military academy. I was actually going to join the Navy, which was wild, but I ended up beginning music in school, and my band director, his name was William Henry. He had noticed something when I had come to his class. He would play something, and I would catch on to it, or I would watch his fingers as if he was playing like a sequence of buttons, and I would mimic what he was doing. And it was really bad, but I could like kind of figure out based on the buttons he was pressing. So I would watch him, and what really, really hit it off was when I came across a YouTuber named P. Miller, who was like he's a classical kind of pianist, but he used to do classical renditions of pop songs. And I used to watch him, and he did a classical rendition of one of my favorite pop songs back before I did music. It was called Paradise by Coldplay. And he did this incredible rendition where he did all these arpeggios and all this stuff, and literally watched that video every day for maybe like 6 months, trying to figure out the buttons he was pressing. But I would just watch the sequence of buttons, and I didn't know theory, I didn't know like the note names, but I watched exactly what he was doing and the placement of his fingers and his posture, his hands. And by the end of that 6 months, I learned the entire video without having any knowledge of like notes or reading music or anything of that nature.
So you didn't take a class, nothing?
Nothing.
This is really interesting that you're referring to the notes. You've used the word buttons many times. It kind of indicates to me that you're a tactile learner. And so that you've learned it, kind of tactily. So this is a really interesting that you learned that way.
It's kind of weird how but in reality, I just spent so much time like watching these buttons to where like this is all I did. I just watched the exact sequence of the notes, and eventually other things started to click. Like I could take a sequence and reverse it. or play it backwards or play different permutations of the same sequence over the same chord change, or I could superimpose different sequences over different chords. And it was like the same stuff I already knew, I could apply it in ways that I never knew. So it was like I was learning more than I realized once things started to click.
Can I ask you about any breakthroughs that you've had in your practice, like where, I mean, you've been saying breakthroughs all this time, but was there something, a time where something was like an aha moment that happened with you that was like, oh wow, like did any kind of oh wow or aha moment? Can you tell us what led you to that and kind of what happened with that?
Man, I mean, I think there were just so many. I think one of the bigger aha moments was when I realized what the relation between notes were. Like I would see a scale like C major, and I would notice that within the C major scale, like notes within C also worked in other keys. Like you could use the C as in A flat major, the C is in B flat major, the C is in F major. There's C's
Oh wow.
other keys as well. So I think that was one of a big, that was like a huge thing. And it like
Yeah.
helped in terms of like navigating through all 12 keys. Like every key has a connection to a different key. Every note is connected to another key, and being creative with how you pivot to other keys based on the different notes within a key that you're in.
A lot of great comments, man. So good, good. All right, let's get through some practice ideas. This is gonna be some cool. This is where the cool stuff is. Let's get the practice ideas. So a
Yeah,
lot of people when they practice, they're doing just scales, you know, C major, octaves. You're like from day one, man. You weren't you weren't doing scales. You just jumped right into the complex stuff. Like tell
uh,
me, let's take us through some practice ideas, just a couple of us, and tell us why you practiced and that kind of thing. Let's kind of start there.
well, I feel like one big thing is getting all of your fingers involved. So
Okay.
one thing is trying to practice just playing the piano, like without even wondering what the notes are, just like putting your hands down and just playing, and then whatever shapes or whatever notes, just getting your fingers involved up and down like that,
Wow.
and just
So
get
it doesn't have to be, you're saying in terms of that, you're not even focused on melody or harmony at that point. What
right.
you're trying to do is just make sure that all your fingers are being able to especially this finger right here, which for a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to get all of your fingers involved and just getting used to playing the notes. There's so many techniques, like there's arpeggios, like you know, and then there's things like obviously going up and down in the same direction, but you can go up in different directions, like kind of go in parallel, but you can also,
Okay.
that's something I learned watching Chick Corea. It's like going in parallel,
Okay.
like just taking a shape, even just watching the piano, it's all symmetrical. So just take
Hmm.
and then taking like the shape of the notes, just the relation between the shapes, and just playing based on the shapes. Like I used to practice melodies in parallel, like Donna Lee, or like I'd take any kind of like different melodies in parallel, but taking it based on the shape of the piano. And I think
Wow.
it's things like that. And you can even take like any like diatonic pattern, like I would say whatever notes you come up with, it can be creative. Just kind of like being creative in the moment and just coming up.
So basically, what you're saying, because a lot of people would ask, "What are you even playing?" But
Yeah.
this is something that you could almost, the way you're explaining it, you can create a movement on the spot
Yeah.
because you're not saying I have to play these notes. You're saying I'm looking at the shape, I can
Yes.
repeat the shape, or I
Yeah.
can go by the pattern. Is what you're basically doing. Can you
Yeah.
explain a little bit more though in terms of how you were constructing the melody when you're talking about the melody and with your left hand? You said it with Donna Lee. Can you kind of slow that down and kind of explain to us what you meant by that, what you were doing with that?
So in Donna Lee, the original melody goes. That's kind of like the regular. But if you look at the shape in your left hand, the parallel of this based on just the shape,
I see.
you know?
Hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's parallel based on the notes of the melody. And so it has to be split between two octaves though, because right here it overlaps. But
It's overlapped. So yeah, you have to start. Okay. Wow. So you're not just doing this with scale. You don't do that with scales. You do that with melodies.
yeah, you can do it with scales too though. So like if you have
Okay.
a major scale, it's the same
Uh-huh.
taking, it's just that.
Hmm.
But it won't be the same in every key. Like for example, if you have like, I think it would be like, it wouldn't be the same. That's how it would be. It would be like, it won't be diatonic because I'm going
Hmm.
the shape of the piano. So like,
Right. So everybody, he started from in the left hand, he started from an E flat because in his right hand, he's moving up a whole step. And if he were to start from a D flat in the left hand, the whole step going left would be a B. So he can't start from the D flat. So that's why he had to switch it just now to starting from an E flat in his
yeah,
left and the D flat in the right. Is that correct, Jahari, the way I'm explaining that?
yes, that's
Okay,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So can you someone's asking if you could play one more song, maybe something like a Holy, 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 or an Amazing Grace, and kind of explain maybe just the first,
Okay,
maybe just the first bar of it, because he already did a whole song, um, but maybe just the first bar of it, and I can stop you and just kind of.
okay, sure. Yeah, yeah. So like amazing. Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of. Kind of like
Yeah.
pivoting on the melody.
And it's kind of related to what you were saying from before in terms of a note being able to work with different keys and different chords. So when you're at a certain spot in your melody, to the ear it sounds like, hey, I'm going out the key, but for you, well, no, this G on top could work with a D flat on the bottom.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you're just playing around with that shape instead of looking at it in terms of a, like functionally. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like you're just looking at it from this is the sound of it and it works with multiple chords and I'm just using it.
yeah, exactly.
That's kind of what I'm hearing, like what it sounds like to me, man. Look,
Yeah,
man, we got a lot of questions, but man, this is I don't know if you see some of these questions, but I do want to say welcome. I just want to say thanks for coming, man. I think we got him at 4:41, and he's been here for over an hour, folks. So if you guys can just say thank you to him, because listen, I'd rather keep it short and him be like, "Man, Sean, I could have gone over some more stuff. Let me come back." Yeah, as opposed to keeping him too long and be like, you know what, I'm not coming back to Sean no more. So, hey, before we go though, I want to share something with you guys, like something that's really cool because he came here. He is not. He didn't say, Sean, before I come and meet you guys, I'm gonna charge you guys or anything. That he's coming off his own free will, and so I would like us to show some support to him. Not only just to him, but this is something that I think can help. Did you guys realize that there is a piano app that he built? Like he made the app, did all the illustrations for. I mean, this guy is crazy. You drew all the drawings, all the artwork, right, Jahari, as well?
Yeah, all the artwork. Yeah.
It's got a 4.9 out of 5. A 4. So I need you guys to download it, and it's free. Am I right?
Free, yeah.
It's yeah. So let's download this thing. Everybody, let's go ahead and download. And let me do this. Let me put I'm going to put this in the chat. I want everybody to go right now, and I want you guys to download this. Hold on. I need everybody to download this app. And if you're listening if you're listening to this on a replay, like on a YouTube, I need you guys to go check out this app, because I believe in supporting each other as musicians. And here's a musician that did an app, 45 ratings, 4.9. It's a free download. He created it himself. I mean, you got boss battles. So I'm definitely going to try this. And we definitely want to support you, man, and everything you got going on. You got anything coming up that you want to tell us about that we can also support you on? Any tours, albums, anything like that you want to share with us, so that those people who are kind of plugged into you, who want to look you up, you can kind of follow, or if you don't have anything, you could also kind of just plug in your channels, or your IG channel or YouTube channel or anything like that.
Oh man, well, I'm almost finished with my album. I've been working on it for a while, but yeah, otherwise just been working on that. I've got Derek Hodge is on it, and a bunch of like features of people, so it's gonna be some secret guests coming on.
Okay. I believe he goes by, if you look at Instagram, he just going by his name on Instagram, Jahari Stampley, Stampley with an E. So if you guys look at it on IG, I'm sure whenever he drops that, he'll probably post that up. So make sure you guys are following him on Instagram. And I think you're on YouTube as well.